What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Box Out Boys podcast. We are the NBA podcast of the people, your home for lukewarm takes and substandard analysis. I'm Titus Two Shots Dominguez, and with me tonight, it's the stats man, Chris Gorman. Hit him with the stats, Cruz.
Hey, the Zion Williamson made his 26th consecutive start for the New Orleans Pelicans last night.
Up there.
That's his longest streak of his career.
Wow.
6 years in.
Wow.
They won. They beat the Warriors. They now have 17 wins on the season for these Pelicans. And, but hey, 26 consecutive starts. Good job by Zion.
Good job by Zion. Well, he never misses a game for us. This is Lawn Boss, Joey McCroskey. Get that, Joe?
How do you come up with these transitions on the fly? You just
in the moment. You got to be in the moment. You got to feel it.
It's absolutely built for this.
I love it. I love the love. This is gonna be a good show, guys. We can feel it already. The energy is here. Got some shinies before I got on the mic. We got some news and notes up front. Joey's news and notes. We are gonna fix tanking, everyone. I know everybody's talking about it. You've heard it on every other pod, but we're doing it too. Fixing tanking should be fun. We're gonna talk about what the ideas have been bandied about. And I got a little idea. I don't know. It might be just too crazy. We'll see.
Sneaky fix.
And then we're going to debate some of the most fragile teams. Who is one Jenga block from falling over? Who is one card away from the whole house of cards falling down? So fun show for you guys tonight. It's a hot one. All right, Joey, give us some news and notes, baby.
Yeah, I've got 4 pieces of news. Okay. First one is what the fuck Bulls, and it's not even what you might think. It's WTF because Anthony Simons, if you guys heard, but apparently had a fractured wrist at the beginning of the season, and it was never fully healed.
I haven't heard this
yet.
It's
been kind of nagging him, and he quote re-injured it the other night. He'll be out. No time to return. So the WTF goes to the medical staff of don't you look into this stuff before you make trades? And if so, the fuck are you doing?
Jeez, wow.
Yeah. So no time for return. Billy Donovan said last time it happened at the beginning of training camp, it was 7 to 10 days, but I'm guessing it'll be a little bit longer.
I've been seeing a lot of season-ending surgeries lately. I saw the craziest one was Jusuf Nurkic got eye surgery.
Saw that.
Got LASIK or something?
Seems like something that could wait, but they're done anyways. So it's,
I get the vibe. This is a similar thing of like, man, my wrist is really kind of nagging me right now.
Wow. Went from the Celtics to the Bulls and said, I'm good for the season.
My wrist hurts. Yeah.
He played like 3 games, right? Maybe Ivy will actually get some minutes.
Yeah. No, his knee hurts too.
Wow. All right. It's that time of season, huh?
Did you guys see what he said?
I saw
the quote. Do you have the quote?
After the DMP. I don't want to read the quote because it makes me sad. So we're going to move on.
It's really sad.
James Harden, right thumb fracture. No surgeries expected there. So he's planning to play through it. Everything seems
he's left hand, right? Or
he's left-handed at least.
He's left-handed, yeah.
Correct. A little injury news. Next one. MVP race.
Oh yeah,
you guys saw there's some potential here. SGA, he has to appear in 16 of those last 22 games, or he will be ineligible. So he's missed 11 games. So he's on the cusp.
Yep,
he's out again tonight, which will make it 12 games. And then Jokic has missed 16 games, so he can only miss one more game the rest of the season, or he is ineligible. 2 games, and he is off the card.
Wow, I heard of that.
Otherwise, you have to give it to Ant. Who knew?
I think Cade. I think Cade.
I said, Cade is the one.
He looked bad though against San Antonio the other night.
He did. He did. But San Antonio's made a lot of people look bad.
Yeah. To be fair, they literally broke the Thunder. They were never the same again after that run.
Yeah. After that Christmas run, we were guessing when are the Thunder going to lose next, and then they lost them.
I feel like the conversation I've heard around this is that that the MVP is getting watered down because of these injuries, and I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit of a disrespect to Cade, considering the season that he's had and the season the Pistons have had. Like, really, why isn't he already kind of in the conversation? I know his stats aren't as good as Jokic and SGA, but like, I kind of like the MVP as sort of a narrative award,
Yeah.
story award versus like specific points and rebounds and all that stuff. Give me something give me that Rose MVP. That's the kind of vibe I like.
Yeah.
I like the mix, right? Like the stats have to be there, but
be there. Winning has to be
there's
there.
the narrative along with it. It
Yeah.
helps
Young
cover
Pistons
the shortcomings in the. Yeah, I think he's like third on Basketball Reference.
Yeah, I think he's moving up.
But I think his third is like 3%, and everybody else's is much higher. So
I don't know. People might hate this, but Jaylen Brown should be getting some love too. But
he should.
You're not
wrong.
No, that is very. It's like when Marcus Smart got Defensive Player of the Year. It's because he's from Boston, so he's like, "Oh, hey, you should be getting some love." Joe Mazzulla should be getting some love for Coach of the Year.
Oh, that's true.
Shane Pritchard should be getting some love for Sixth Man of the Year. Let's relax on Jaylen Brown.
Whoa. Nobody said Ant, and that's why he's upset. Chris is riled up because somebody was like Ant for sure.
It's more just I listened too much Simmons and
gotta be better than this.
Right. He should be getting some love though. Let's point that out. Thanks, Joey, for backing me up there.
I got you. Last piece of news. Just saw this a few minutes ago. Matt Ishbia, owner of the Suns, was on Pat McAfee today, and he threw out that he is going to give $1 million to the winner of the 3-point contest and the dunk contest in next year's All-Star game.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Now, obviously,
is it in Phoenix? Is that why?
It is in Phoenix.
Yes, in Phoenix.
Okay.
The NBA has not approved this and will likely probably not approve it. But interesting wrinkle that just came out. I'd love it. I love the idea. I love the passion behind it. I don't love him as an owner for what he's done to the team, but his stance on tanking last week, if you guys saw that, where he said tanking is for losers and anybody who's tanking is a loser. I love it. Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, big HBF fan. Excited for him or his brother eventually take over the Sox.
I mean, if he's going to operate like this, throw money at it and see what happens. It's not terrible.
Way more fun. Yeah.
$1 million that might entice some better competition in a dunk contest.
I mean, someone like Mac McClung though, like who's it? It's not going to entice like Steph Curry to do it.
3-point contest.
Yeah, but
I mean, Dame will go get that money.
Some rookies, maybe they're trying to entice the rookies to actually play in this thing.
Yeah, they got to get some guys that are excited to be there. So if $1 million works, somebody says, "Hey, I can do some tricks for that." That's I guess.
I'm all in.
Yeah, like I said, the NBA is not going to approve it, so it's fine. But they can't give him some sort of a no-show job or something to make that money up. There's no way they can't do that.
This is the Sopranos, okay?
They can't do something for him. I don't know. It feels like it's okay.
They could probably do something.
All right, man. Good
news.
My camera's going crazy.
I feel like we need the music here, Adam.
I know. I've been working on it.
Let's go with news and notes.
I have not found. I got really close through my AI, adjustments, and then finally it was like, this violates use of our third-party things, and I was like, really? I'm the owner of the Box Out Boys. You can use.
You could use this.
Use it.
We need like that.
Yeah. We need Adam to make us a video.
Adam, if you're still, we see you in the group chat. All right.
We did catch up to it. I saw that.
Yeah, I did see that recently. So I was a little face there at the bottom. Well, the big news going around the league here, I guess, because things are a little slow or in the doldrums of the league, but everybody is upset about the blatant tanking. I think, was it last week, Joey, you brought up the fine for the Utah Jazz for their fourth quarter shenanigans. Obviously, the injury talk we've been doing here, where some of these maybe sort of not so necessary surgeries are happening and injuries are going around. But I know there's been a lot of ideas floated around there for fixing tanking. Why don't you guys give me some of your favorites that you've heard, or maybe the one you've heard you're like, this is absolute BS, would never work, and then I can throw out my little idea.
Do you want me to rip through the ones that were reported?
Rip through the ones that were reported.
Yeah. So here's what was reported, as discussed by the GMs and the competition committee. This was a couple.
This is like a real report.
This is like 6 days ago or 5 days ago. First round picks can be protected only top 4 or top 14 plus. So you'd have the window between 5 and 13 that you couldn't mess with.
Yeah. Okay.
Lottery odds freeze at the trade deadline or a later date.
Interesting.
No longer allowing a team to pick top 4 in consecutive years and or after consecutive bottom 3 finishes.
I don't like that.
Don't like that. Okay. Teams
I
can't
like
pick.
that. Oh,
Teams
okay.
can't pick top 4 of the year after making the conference finals.
That's just like
I don't like that
Indiana
either.
Spurs. Or sorry, Indiana
Yeah.
Pacers.
Indiana Spurs. We got
Spurs.
both teams in there somehow.
Yeah, they're both. Spurs did it years ago. The Pacers are.
Yeah.
Lottery odds allocated based on 2-year records.
Ooh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Lottery extended to include all play-in teams.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they would flatten the odds for all lottery teams is the last idea that was reported.
That's a bad one.
Yeah, I don't like that one either.
So I think we're all in absolute against the teams can't pick top 4 after making conference finals. That one's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Just because they made. What if a team just made the conference finals?
Right.
And then like their star player leaves.
Right. What if they leave? What if they, trade them away?
Yeah,
God knows
contracts
what.
up, whatever. Now they can't.
Yeah.
Asinine.
I didn't know that was much of an issue. Like the Pacers
right?
are only doing it this year because their star player got hurt.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
And then I think also the one that you guys scoffed at was allowing a team to pick top 4 consecutive years.
See, I actually like that one because they have a baseball rule like that. Like if you pick within the, you can't have the, what's the rule exactly? Whatever it was, it screwed the White Sox over where they had to pick 10th in a year that they had the worst record because they had a top pick too many years in a row. So it's like you gotta try and be good. We're not just giving you high picks here.
I don't like that because not every draft is equal. So like this year's draft is good, right? And in theory, picking in the top 4 should land you a solid player. But next year might not be the same. And if you're like, hey, first year that I picked in the in the top 4 was this crappy year, I didn't get a really good player. And then now I'm 2 years in and all right, now I was supposed to pick 1. I got 4. There was only 2 guys in this draft. I didn't get either one of those. What do you guys want me to do? Now I just have to spend money just to spend money. Like I just don't love it in that sense. I mean, I think maybe it helps alleviate some tanking because you can't just go, hey, we're just going to be rock bottom and get as many shots as we can. But it could, if you get screwed, I don't like it. You know what I mean?
I think that all of this is just to alleviate teams from using tanking as such a strategy.
Yeah,
to get good. And I think all of it together, none of these on their own will fix it, but I think all of them together kind of help influence the issue at least.
I don't love putting limitations on what you can protect and can't protect in terms of picks. Like that's the cost of doing business. So like if a team is stupid enough to trade you something protected top 4, like that's on them, like
they had to make a rule a while ago where you can only trade so many picks in the future. It's because there's so many stupid GMs or people that become a GM. I don't want to call those guys a GM that did that because you just have to protect people from themselves. I feel like sometimes.
Yeah.
What was the one we seemed to 2-year records seemed to get Titus got a heads up?
I like that. It's interesting because then it's not just a 1-year record. But then again, it's kind of like, how do we start that? I guess.
Yeah. When do you pick it?
Yeah. When do we start? All right. This next draft, is going to be based on your last 2 years. And you'd have to like have a runway where we'd say, all right, hey guys, the 2030 draft will be based on your 2029 and 2028 seasons, basically.
Is that more effective than just stopping them at the trade deadline? Like I kind of like the idea of like whatever your record is, the trade deadline is kind of the draft. Because then like after the trade deadline, you won't have all this embarrassment after the Super Bowl is over and people are actually watching the NBA.
Wouldn't you just have like tanking further up in the season?
Yeah, but there's less tanking at least.
I guess because there's like in theory, like you could still
some teams that are trying.
It'll be in competition.
Like Milwaukee was still trying for a while, although they're
winning
like
the 2-year records could just make the tanking worse. Like you would just have a team tank longer
for 2 years, but then they can't pick in the draft multiple years in a row. So I don't know.
I think what you're saying, Chris,
that,
you'd have to take like a piece of each of these and like morph it into like a package deal of. But then it just becomes complicated and it becomes not fun, and the draft becomes kind of shitty, and it's like, well, because the end goal is like you don't want to harm bad teams.
Yes, you don't want to harm bad teams, but you also don't want to reward bad teams either, because that's the other thing too. Right now, the incentive is to be bad.
Right.
And this is the thing, like where I think Cuban was the one coming out about like fans are smart enough to know that they, if your team's tanking, they should like it. And that's kind of why I've been like team tanking for the Bulls for so long. Cause I'm like, at the end of the day, it's one way that can work to get yourselves back in the mix. And
they're doing a great job of that.
they're doing a great job of a year too late as usual with the Bulls, but they'll be great. They'll have a nice high pick next year when the draft is not as good. Yeah. But I did have an idea, guys, and I think leading into this that I haven't heard, and this might be crazy, so I'm gonna throw it out there. But guys, if we think like the Yankees in here, we're gonna get beat by the Yankees out there. We got to moneyball this thing. We have a metric for everything. We need advanced statistics. What we need to do is develop a draft metric, a sort of credit score for teams. And the draft ranking would be based on that credit or on that score, on that metric. So, and it would be incentive based. So certain things like I had performance versus projection. So if you're projected to be a bad team and you do well, your stock would rise in the draft pick. You'd have a better chance at a higher pick because we want teams, you want to incentivize winning. I thought some other ideas that could be rolled into this metric. A certain percentage of a salary cap is spent. So if you're not spending money because you're like, hey, what's the point in spending money? Well, that's going to hurt your chances at getting a better pick. You should be spending all the money you can to try to get a good pick or to try to get, have a good team, a good product on the court. And if you're doing that, your reward should be an additional ping pong ball in the lottery.
So then you're buying ping pong balls?
Maybe, and this is where I have problems is that maybe some people can juice this, but I feel like if you had all of these things, as sort of a score, and then your cumulative score throughout the season is what locks in the position, and there's no actual, draft. It's just, all right, whoever had the highest score gets the first round pick, gets the first pick, whoever had the second highest score gets the second pick. I had thought of like draft picks that are still on your team. So if you've been drafting well and you got players, you're building a nice core on your team. Again, that should be a positive. You should then get a chance to get an additional guy to add to your team. Maybe we could do all-stars. How many all-stars you got in your team? That might be a little bit tricky to do. Thought about that. The other two things I had was attendance. So if you got people that are coming to your games, and again, this is another tricky one, but if you're incentivizing your fans to show up to the games, hey, Cooper Flagg should be playing for your guys' team. Why should he be playing somewhere where nobody wants to go? And then the last thing I had was some sort of an injury thing where if you do have, a major injury, you don't get additional points into the system, this metric. You would get, neutral or less.
This is very Bulls heavy.
It would help the Bulls. This would help the Bulls. But I think it would help teams because I think the one thing that we see, right, is the reason why tanking is so incentivized is because if you try and you're not good, you get stuck in basketball hell. And the only way to get out of it is to tank and get Giannis, get Luka, get one of these top tier players, right? And if you don't get that guy in the if you're Utah and you consistently miss year after year after year, then now you're like, all right, let's start paying somebody. But you should incentivize these teams that are trying to win, that are doing good, but maybe now they've locked themselves into this position where they can't get that piece that could take them over the top. Let's give them a chance to get that. And then if everybody's kind of sort of competing for those same things, right? And then you're like, well, I'm a bad team. How am I supposed to get up there? Well, if you're a bad team and you outperform your projection, there's your increase in your lottery odds. So yeah, hire a good coach. Hire,
So how would Phoenix fare in your system? Would Phoenix have a high pick?
Yeah, they would have a high pick right now because they've outperformed. Like one would be maybe, and again, like Boston would be something on the East that would be a little bit weird, but you would probably factor in that Tatum injury of where they were, they were injured, but now they're outperforming where they were supposed to be. Hey, maybe they should get another good guy.
Basically, yeah.
But like Phoenix would be a good example of a team that sort of everybody thought was going to suck. They're still using the guy that they have in Devin Booker. they've gotten rid of bad salary, but maybe haven't, gone completely under the cap. I don't know. It's a crazy idea, a metric that eliminates any sort of chance and is focused on rewarding teams that are trying. Thoughts?
This also would have prevented Utah from doing what Utah did this season, right?
How? Or how so?
Because like they have a lot of money tied up in their players. So like they would have been rewarded for having paid Lauri Markkanen the higher salary, would have been rewarded for trading for Jaren Jackson in, right?
Yeah,
so they
right.
would have essentially had like, hey, you're doing the right things.
Yeah, right. Okay, I see what you're
The
saying.
team is just bad. Like
Yeah.
you guys can't win games, but you're doing the things that should make you better.
Yeah.
It's not working, so you're not going to get penalized for it. You're going to get rewarded.
Yeah.
But continue to play these guys and try and win games. And if you don't, that's okay.
Yeah, exactly. And you could do something about like maybe a playing time. You know what I mean? If it's something where guys are suspiciously missing games, like that gets rid of it. It's like, hey, that doesn't incentivize you to win.
Yeah. I do feel like Chris's point is perfect here. This is Bulls heavy. Like this would have been.
This is Bulls heavy.
This would have been ideal for the DeMar Zach years.
Yes.
Because they had all their money tied up. They had all stars. They had draft, players they had drafted.
Yeah.
All there. They just weren't good. Would have been great.
I don't know. You know what I mean? Or what was I trying to think of?
So basically what you're saying though is like you can't hide from it. Like everything is out there. It's all public information. Like everything is getting weighted and scored. Yeah. And basically like everything you do as a franchise gets put together instead of just your win-loss record.
Yeah. And it's not about win-loss record. It's about what you're doing as a franchise to make your franchise better. And if it's like a franchise score versus, a win-loss record. And if your franchise score isn't great, well, we don't, hey, that's fix it and we'll give you a good player, basically. Or you'll get a good chance at a good player.
It's interesting.
Okay. I was curious. I thought maybe it would work. Because I really do.
I kind of see what you're doing. I'm just trying to think of like how a team would manipulate it for the wrong way.
Chris was right. Like they would buy, salary cap. They would buy out their tickets so their attendance looked, a certain way. There's things. There's things that they.
Well, that kind of hurts small market teams.
Yeah,
who like never get attendance anyways. Which maybe they shouldn't have a team then.
Yeah,
like, why is New Orleans have a team? They're not getting attendance.
You're not getting attendance. Like, okay, you guys should like do something to get the attendance going. Like, come on, you're going to a game. Like, again, the Chicago heavy, I get it. Like, Chicago has fans there every game. You know what I mean?
Dude, they're sold out. Like,
they're sold out
against Charlotte.
To a game tomorrow night.
They want to see Kobe White.
Crazy.
Yeah, they want to see Kobe White return and see his video package. But like, that's what I mean. There, and you could do something like the salary cap was one thing I really liked. Again, you have to have somebody smarter than me figure it out. But you go, if you're making salary dump moves, again, that's not necessarily bad. But if you're doing it and not replacing it with additional, like, okay, we're doing it to get another piece, that's going to hurt you in this score. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Versus, and if you're like, hey, look, we signed this guy at the deadline, or we added this guy off of waivers, things like that would add to your score. Because hey, we're trying to win.
You'd basically have to hire like a second GM that would essentially be responsible for
your draft score,
the manipulation of your draft score.
Yeah,
it'd be like, well, if I trade away Vooch and I get Anthony Simons back, what does that do to my
draft score?
My draft score. Like, all right, what does that do to my draft? Well, it moves it by -1. All right, but if I get Jaden Ivey back in return, that actually counters it, so it balances. Like, I mean, it would be a whole nother world of the NBA.
Yeah.
There'd be a whole lot more to talk about because it wouldn't just be player for player anymore. It'd be like, what's your draft score impact?
Yeah, here's your draft score impact. Oh, this is a negative draft score impact on this trade.
I kind of like it based on that. Like that'd be.
I thought you might like it, Joey.
Be interesting.
I don't know. It's kind of crazy thought.
Yeah,
I don't think there's any way you could actually do this.
No, probably not. But yeah, I like the idea.
Yeah. The hardest paradox of the draft is you can't reward teams for winning with higher picks.
Yeah.
You can't tell teams to like you can't make a tournament be like whoever wins the tournament gets the number 1 pick because the
Yeah.
players could be like, well, what the hell?
Yeah, why do I want that? Yeah.
Yeah, there's no incentive for me to do that.
Yeah. That's why I love like there's like all these things with like player related, I forget what it was that somebody was talking about. And I'm like, the players do not care if they get the number 1 pick, man. It's the organization and the fans. So you have to figure out some way to make it sort of not based on the performance on the court for somehow, but yet not penalize, small markets, not penalize a team that's trying to win, and figure out some way to, all right, hey, let's get these good players to good teams too.
Did you guys see the Zach Lowe idea that he read about the papal conclave style?
Yeah, I think I saw that.
I was dying. I thought it was amazing. Whoever came up with that is brilliant. Did you
That's
hear it,
also,
Chris?
I'm not mad about that.
I don't remember it. What was the conclave idea?
They would essentially put a representative from every NBA team in a room. And
they were doing the new Pope
each team would create an order 1 through 30, and then they would put it there in the average it together. They would come down with like 4 options, and then they would sit there and they would continue to vote on options until they got to one that every team in the league agreed upon. Be glorious.
Then there was the orange smoke or something, I think it was.
Yeah, orange
Did you guys
smoke.
see that movie Conclave?
I did not see Conclave. I saw. Was that good?
That movie has one of the craziest twists.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
Save it. I'm in.
I love it.
All there was twists. I'm in. I did hear another one similar to that, where it was like the top 4 teams would put in who they would pick number 1.
Yeah,
and then
and
then that person would get, if it was Cooper Flag, right? All right, all the top 4 teams would select Cooper Flag number 1. Then he would get the choice of where he wanted to go. And then you would go, all right, second pick, same thing. Everybody else,
player empowerment.
Yeah, player empowerment.
That.
Well, I like the idea a little bit of a rookie salary cap, but I also understand what that does to some of the smaller market teams where.
Yeah.
I mean, that it might work if you did it where, all right, but it would have to be so much. There had to be so much of a money advantage to the lower ranked teams that I think then it might handicap them by, like, they might have to pay a guy so much, you know what I mean, just to keep them or get the pick. Like, it could be an offset thing. So
I think the one thing that I know I'm most against is I don't want another like tournament. I don't want to
I don't want a tournament.
Bottom 4 teams playing some sort of tournament like before the playoffs start to determine this.
Yeah.
I don't want any part of that.
Nope.
You shouldn't distract away from your playoffs by having bad teams play basketball.
For a player that, no, it shouldn't happen.
Unless you're not going to broadcast it, and they're going to do it at like halftime, like the Pee Wee League, games come out. Like, I don't want any part.
Charlotte won the first round pick.
It's not going to be Charlotte this year.
Yeah, no,
not
not
that
gonna
much.
be. And the Chicago Bulls have won the first round pick.
Well, no, they'd actually have to win that tournament. That's highly unlikely at this point.
You're right. Maybe then the joke is then you go, all right, whoever lost the tournament actually gets the first round pick.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you would just add a whole new level of tanking. They would tank the tournament.
They would tank the tournament. Well, you would have to do it like a conclave level twist, where you would at the very end of the tournament go, "Oh, psych! Guess what, guys? It's actually reverse order."
It's just funny because like no matter what they do, the way that a single player can change the course of your franchise is still going to be as as valuable as it is, and teams are just going to find a way to get the highest possibility of getting that player.
Yeah, because it's basketball, and that's what matters most, man. You get a Wemby, and suddenly you're out of the wilderness, man. That's all that matters.
Yep,
it's a good transition.
Yeah, we have one last topic tonight.
Oh, did Chris just spoil his pick?
Oh, maybe. I thought about, we can get into it. So we wanted to debate the most fragile team. Who is one Jenga block, as I said before, or card away from the whole thing collapsing? Chris, let's start with you here on this one. Did you have a team in mind?
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
No, so I looked at the top 10 teams still left. as I look at it, the top teams that are still left:
I like
the
this.
Thunder, Pistons, Spurs, Celtics, Nuggets, Knicks, Cavs, Wolves, Rockets, Lakers.
Yes.
Sorry, Raptors fans, Sixers, Suns, War.
Yeah.
Let's relax. And if I looked at the top 3 players from each team, and then if this player's gone, does this team have any sort of chance in the playoffs? And the number 1 team to me was Detroit. If Cade is gone, who's the 3rd best player on Detroit after Jalen Duren? Is it Ozzie Thompson? Is it Tobias Harris? Is it new acquisition Kevin Huerter?
It is. That's scary.
So like without Cade, and that's why like honestly, Cade this is like Cade's MVP case where it's like without Cade, this team is nowhere near the 1 seed, nowhere near winning. So I mean, my vote for this exercise would be Cade.
Okay, Joey.
I came to a very similar conclusion, and I tried to talk myself out of it because I was like, well, Isaiah Stewart and Jalen Duren missed some games and they were fine. And then I was like, well, wait a second. It's not about those guys. It's about Cade. And if Cade is gone, who runs the offense? Who's the number 1 scoring option? And what I came down to was it's Tobias Harris. It's probably your number 1 like offensive shot creating option. And then I got really scared. I remembered all the things, and it was like, he's not that, right?
Yeah.
Like this team is constructed perfectly around the nucleus, which is Cade. But if you take the nucleus out, there's nothing left. Like it crumbles. Like they don't even have a person to handle the ball, really.
Yeah.
I've seen Marcus Sasser out there for them. Who's their backup point guard? Dennis Jenkins, maybe? Yeah, it's really Cade. It's crazy.
It could be Cade. I looked at this a little bit differently, I think. Not crazy differently, but I think I tried to avoid, and Cade's not really, I wouldn't say Cade's in this category, like obvious guys. I tried to avoid like Jokic,
sure,
SGA, because I was like, obviously, yes. So I wanted to go with maybe a team that is teams that are overperforming, or not overperforming, but that are like the superstar is sort of the main nucleus, like a Cade. But the team I came up with, I'm very curious for you guys' answer, particularly Chris. I had Anthony Edwards for Minnesota, and I don't necessarily think that their team is bad without him, but I think like if he was to go out, it completely changes the ceiling of what that team is. With him, they have their superstar. They're a finals contender, in my opinion. But I think without him, then now are they like a first round exit? You know what I mean?
I think without Anthony Edwards, and this is just my bias towards.
Yeah, I want the bias here on this.
I think they could win 1 playoff round without Anthony Edwards. Okay. But if they don't have Rudy Gobert, the team's dead.
Oh, here we go. All right, never mind.
They're dead in the water. I watched. But like I watched them the other night.
I've made a grave mistake, Joey.
Maybe it's. But like they were playing against the Sixers.
It's like you knew it was coming.
Sixers don't have Embiid or Paul George. Wolves don't have Gobert and Nas, and the Sixers got 133 points because there's nobody to defend the rim. Tyrese Maxey posterized and at one point, and it was ugly. And I'm just like, ugly. That's where I got to my the worst player without a team. I mean, Rudy Gobert is up there.
Like
the guy. The Timberwolves don't have him. They don't have a chance because they have no rim protection outside of him.
That's actually a good idea. And I want to circle back to that. But first, Joe, I wanted to give you a couple other teams that were on my list and your thoughts on there, along with the Minnesota thought. But I
got a wrinkle. I got a wrinkle team too.
Okay. I had Lakers with Luka and the Sixers with Maxey.
Yeah, I think Maxey is probably the more fragile. Or the Sixers are probably the more fragile team because Embiid is already like you could swap in Embiid for the fragile, but like he's pretty much already out. If you take him out, which he already is, and then you take out Maxey, that team is nothing. Like,
I think that's my real pick actually.
Out, like their ceiling drops drastically, but like they still have something, like a little bit of something. Like Austin Reeves maybe steps up and shines a little bit more.
LeBron's greatness.
Does LeBron's hairline, come back and he finds his magic again? The
That's never
76ers
back.
were my second team after the Pistons.
Okay.
But that seemed too obvious. It's
Okay.
too easy.
A little too easy. Okay. You got a wrinkle team.
I had a second one.
All right.
I could. It's not as obvious, I think. The Denver Nuggets. They're like 25th in defensive rating. Aaron Gordon's only played like 20 games, and same with Christian Brown, which I can't remember if Brown's coming back. Cam Johnson's only played 34 games. If Aaron Gordon doesn't come back, this team's not winning 4 rounds.
Yeah, no.
And that's that might be that's a pretty fragile team to have your tertiary quaternary player.
This is good.
Like,
is Denver maybe sneaky the most fragile team, because you could have multiple pieces that could come out and they don't win the title, right? Like, obviously you have Jokic, but then you have your deeper cuts like Gordon and Jamal Murray. If either one of those guys is out, you're not winning the title either. Right?
Yeah,
it's over. Like
Peyton Watson, I think, has been out for a while. He's supposed to be he's the third leading scorer on the team. So
it's interesting if you Google NBA's most fragile teams, the Nuggets are listed as the number 1 team.
According to what, Google AI?
According to Gemini, Google AI. The Nuggets are listed as 1, the 76ers are 2, the Suns are 3, the
Suns also
Pacers are 4, and then the Magic are 5.
The Suns, I don't even talk about the Suns just because everything they're doing is just like amazing. Like, you guys won again. Congrats.
How
they
are
only
you
got
doing
81 the other night because now Brooks is out too, and
that's tough for them.
Jalen Green's just shooting whatever he wants and missing everything, but
does his thing.
That's his thing. Interesting. That was a good. I like that little debate.
You guys want my wrinkle team?
Yeah. Give us your wrinkle team. Forgot about your wrinkle.
This is kind of a different look at it, but
oh my god, if it's Giddy.
No.
I know. I was just kidding.
I already squeezed Gobert into this pod.
Yeah. No, I kind of flipped it backwards and said, is it the team not losing a player, but a team gaining a player?
Oh, I like this.
And is it the Celtics with Tatum coming back?
Oh, this is good.
And is that team so over like winning way above projection that it doesn't make, like, this is house money at this point.
Yeah, it should
doesn't make sense to bring Tatum in and I don't want to say rush it back. Like, obviously if he's going to come back, he's going to be healthy, but like, do you just let this ride and say, if anything great happens, awesome. If it doesn't, it's okay. Like, we come back next season and try again.
Is this the equivalent of, like, you pull your starters in the fourth quarter and your bench guys get you back into the game, and then you go back to the starters and you end up losing?
Yeah, there's like 4 minutes left and you were down, whatever, and then you're like, oh, now we're down 7 with 2 minutes left. Let's try it.
Let's try it. And you're like, you should have just let them play, like, let the bench guys go, hey, if you guys get it done, get it done. And if not, hey, it is what it is. I love that because it's not a 0% chance that doesn't affect what happens with them.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what the right answer is. I'm not trying to say like they shouldn't bring him back. Like, I think maybe the right answer is, like, if he's healthy, he should play.
He should play. And that's what I think. But I'd be nervous that it messes the chemistry up or that it just doesn't quite flow together right, which is why I think they should bring him back as early as possible.
Yeah, like
if you're going to bring him back, you need to bring him back now. Yeah. Otherwise, if you start getting into like April, I think it's let's just let it play out and it's fine.
Because his minutes are going to be low. He's going to be in and out of the lineup, taking days off. You can't have ready. He's got to be in.
If you have time to ramp him up and then that he's basically has found a role for the playoffs, I think you go for it.
One more team I kind of want to mention.
Yes, please.
That was like fragile in hindsight is the Houston Rockets with Fred VanVleet. I think there's a lot of points this year where we're like, okay, maybe Houston's got a high net rating. Maybe they're pretty good. And they still look pretty good at some point in some places. But like, you can easily tell if they had Fred VanVleet, who could manage the offense in tight situations, they would be a serious threat in the West. So
interesting. Is he the worst player too?
Is he might be the worst
He
with
might-
Aaron Gordon, Rudy
Yeah.
Gobert, Red Van Vliet. Those three, man. They're key.
The name that came to my mind when you said that was Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah, he was one on my list too. Yeah.
If he goes down, the Celtics it's over. It's done. But maybe Tatum
Watching him
was
the
back.
other night, that Caitlin Clark comp makes a lot more sense. Really, Reggie Miller's right on. Like this guy is.
It's a tough. I mean, well, we need to go
Just
into
the play style, the way
play style.
they,
Sure,
you know,
talent level I think is different, a little different there, but relative to the league,
comparative.
comparative.
Yeah, comparative.
Boy.
Talent.
Swing and a miss by Reggie, but in my opinion, but it's okay.
Yeah. Wrong place, wrong time.
All right. Well, anything else here tonight, guys? We got a few more minutes left. We can.
The Bulls have lost 10 in a row.
First
How you
time
feeling?
since 01, right?
Yeah. There's a chance if they don't beat Portland tomorrow night, they will not have won in a game the entire month of February.
Wow.
They will go the entire month without winning.
I will be at that game.
You're gonna be at that game?
Yeah, I'm at the game for Michelle's birthday. We did buy
Blazers
tickets
Bulls. Love it.
prior to knowing
The trade deadline.
the trade deadline. So
Wow.
That's funny.
it is a little less exciting. I kind of wish we had waited till after the trade deadline because then tickets prices might have gone down, but it's okay. They weren't bad anyway. But yeah, I'll be one of those sicko
You're the
fans.
reason the Bulls.
Yep.
Yeah, you're the reason they can make their trades because they already had your money in their pocket. Good.
Yep.
That's right.
And every year I manage to find myself at a game. So as much crap as I talk about us fans, I'm right
You're
in the
part
mix.
of the problem.
I'm part of the problem. Showing up to games, meaningless February games.
Hopefully they don't get outscored 42-16 in the third quarter for you.
Yeah, that's a tough. I was checking in on that game because it was close, and then then I saw it kind of spiral, and I was like, oh, okay.
Buzellus was on a heater, and I was like, all right, they kind of got it going, and then it was all over. It was bad. Yeah.
How you holding up? You still watching games here? You're still
Yes, I am still watching games. It was good to see Buzellus last night. He looked like the guy that he was supposed to look like.
Okay.
Kind of came back to life yesterday for some reason. But yeah, that's really watching him and Giddey. I've seen so much Patrick Williams since the trade deadline. It makes me want to barf every time. But
He might be the worst player in the NBA.
I mean,
It's tough.
compared to what he's making, he probably is.
he's
Yeah.
the worst contract, right?
It's definitely the
One
worst
of.
contract in terms of production. Watching him try to dribble into the paint is a painful experience.
He's not good.
I just
think-
can't believe he can't excel in this offense. Just get some like Giddey is such a great distributor of the ball, and like the ball just flows with this team. And Patrick Williams still just can't do any. Like it's just unbelievable.
I guess there's a reason he was coming off the bench at Florida State. Wasn't even good. Wasn't even a good program. Right,
They
wasn't
reached
it-
to get him.
They
He
reached to
come off
get
the
this
bench
is
to the national
we didn't-
champion.
yeah,
He came off the bench at Florida State, but
Florida
yeah.
State. Okay, ACC, right?
I'm okay if they keep losing. I just don't want them to. I'm nervous they're gonna give the Pistons record a run.
Oh, like in a row.
I mean, there is just no consistent. I mean, they swapped out almost all the entire team. Like, there's no.
Yeah, there's nothing left.
They've had like 20 plus turnovers the past 3 games. I think they had 24 last night.
Ugh, man.
Yeah, it's
watch.
bad. It is bad. It's bad basketball.
Chris, how are you feeling, man? You're in the stretch run here.
I felt great. And then Ant said he wants to win 25 in a row, and they proceed to get blown out at home against Philly. But then they win the other night, so they have like 35 wins and then 22 existential crisis. Like it's not even losses; it's just like everyone's freaking out anytime they lose. But I'm sticking with it. Just I'm concerned with Rudy. Every time now he picks up a flagrant, he's going to be suspended. I think 2 games.
Oh wow.
that
Okay.
does not go away in the playoffs. I have to recheck the rule, but that's concerning. But,
Yeah, it's a sticky spot to be in.
and the IO splits, advanced splits, aren't looking favorable so far. It's only been 6 games, but a lot of negatives right now.
Not negative. So
Give it time.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, Itas, he looks great, so I'm not
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah,
do too much.
yeah, karma.
What you get for
Karma,
stealing
we
him?
gave you Rob
Yeah, he's
That
good.
dude
in like
sucks.
4 seconds.
Dude, that dude sucks. I mean, he might be the second coming of Kobe White at this point. Oh, he's young. He's
Wait a
got
second.
handle. It's just like, oh,
We've seen this story.
Seen this story.
His shot is broken. I feel like Rob.
Yeah,
It's-
he needs to gain like 60
Now you tell
pounds.
us, Chris.
that too. I-
He was telling us all this. Hey, he's got potential as soon as he's traded the Bulls. Yeah, no, that shot's broken, dude. Good luck
Every
with
time we
that.
talked about trades, it was,
6
you want to
feet.
rob? He was trying to give
Yeah.
us Rob. You want to
Here's
rob?
Rob, like,
Yeah, Rob.
buy
This guy,
low,
Rob.
buy low on
That's-
him. He says.
We should have known it was Chris selling us on a young
think
point guard.
There's a stat that the Bulls have like 10 lottery picks on their roster right now,
Oh wow.
and it's just all like busts or
It's working out.
below
for him.
average.
Hey, that could be
Yeah,
good
like-
in my metric. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's shaping up for him. No matter what
Shaping
they do, they always come out ahead in Titus's metric.
It was a little weighted to the Bulls, but
And they can just fuck it up all over again.
yeah, they would still manage to fuck it up. So
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was a fun little banter at the end of the show. But that is it for us tonight. Follow us on social media at the Box Out Boys. Slide in those DMs. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and review on YouTube and Spotify. We'd very much appreciate that. So for the boys, until next time,